Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is in the sports arena where some of the greatest lessons in life are learnt and practiced. We are all athletes in the game called life. And in life, as in sport, the fittest always win. My story tonight starts when I was 25 years old and wanted to do a race called the Ironman Triathlon. For those not in the know, let me explain what the Ironman comprises. It is the ultimate test of human physical endurance. It comprises a three-part sports event starting with a 3.8-kilometer energetic ocean swim, or in South Africa in 1994, at the time I wanted to do the Ironman, there was an alternative to the swim to do a 23-kilometer kayak. After the swim or the kayak, you then get on a bicycle for a grueling 180-kilometer cycle, and then at the end of 8 to 10 hours exhausting, brutal endurance events, you start running a 42.2-kilometer marathon in the heat of the midday sun. Definitely not for the faint-hearted. At the time I wanted to do this event, my strength was that I was an accomplished ultra-marathon runner who had completed 5 90-kilometer runs. However, I had two challenges. Number one, I could not cycle, and number two, I could not kayak. In other words, I could not do 2 of the 3 disciplines required to complete the Ironman. When I say I could not cycle, I don't mean I was not fit enough to cycle 180 kilometers. No, ladies and gentlemen, I mean quite literally that as an adult, age 25, I couldn't balance on a bike. The reason takes us back 20 years to when I was a little girl of 5 years old, with a bicycle and a set of training wheels and 5 brothers. One day, unbeknown to me, one of these brute brothers took it upon himself to remove the training wheel from the bike. Of course, I got on the bike and I fell, and I hurt myself as badly as a 5-year-old can. The rest, as they say, was history. I developed a fear of the bike. Until, fast forward 20 years, and I wanted to do the Ironman. Oh, I thought, I better buy a bike. So I went into one of the best cycling shops of the day, owned and run by a South African cycling sporting hero. And I ordered from this man a state-of-the-art expensive racing bike. It needed to have the lightest carbon fiber frame, Shimano brake set, look pedals, and I added to my wish list 1 set of training wheels. Well, if you could have seen the look on that man's face at my request, that is a story for a different day. However, I've come to realize there is precious little most people will not do for a great deal of money. And so the training wheel was duly fitted to the racing bike. The kayaking story is almost as dramatic, but I will spare you that. And 1 year later, after not being able to balance on a bike or kayak, here I am, on my way to taking 3rd place in the 1994 South African Ironman Endurance Championships. The men in the picture are 3 of my 5 seconds who were my brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do all kinds of things you never dreamed you could do. Is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? It depends on where you shift your focus. Start with your strengths, which enable you to achieve, as opposed to letting your weaknesses set you back. In conclusion then, Orson Welles once said, if you want a happy ending, you need to know when to end your story. Thank you and good night.